You are the people that have the decisive power to engineer a much needed change in this great electoral district. The day I committed to running for office, I also committed to stand by you and your wishes. With due respect to my honorable fellow nominees, I stand here to request you all to vote for me today. Make me your first choice on the ballots to represent you and the misguided followers of our worthy opponent, the sitting MP in the House of Commons. Friends, I'm not a terrorist, and I'm not a supporter of terrorism. I support people who are fighting for themselves, for humanity, for freedom and democracy, like in Egypt, Tunisia, and Libya. Thank you. With hard work, the support of family and friends, support of many great souls in this room, and blessings of the Almighty, I've come this far, past many hoops and hurdles. I'm in it for the right reasons, and I'm in it for you. And I specifically say Canadian politics because politics in the country where I was born, which is Sri Lanka, or politics in the country where I grew up, India, is very different. It is considered to be a very nasty and dirty game. Tamil people went through a lot of oppression in Sri Lanka. My parents went through that, and I saw it firsthand too. And when we come to another country as refugees, when we try to get settled in another country, one of the pieces that's missing is some sort of a reconciliation, some sort of a closure to everything that happened.
In a normal campaign, a local riding candidate might be lucky to get one story written about them in, say, the Toronto Star or something. In this campaign, we've had national media exposure. The Sri Lankan government, they have a very large population who are no longer in Sri Lanka, and they'd like to control that population and largely, I think, influence events, world events. They don't want the minority population of Tamils that are in Sri Lanka having an impact on things that may hurt the country and and the policies that other countries may use against them or employ against them. So I think that they have been influencing things, but proving it is very challenging. So they want to do a press conference, blah 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 blah. So this has got a potential for basically knocking our campaign not only off game but out of game. And we actually, just hold up for a second. I will talk to you a second. This is not a good thing. So if there's anything else that I should know,
Again, let me be frank and open about this. If there's anything else that's behind me, I'll pull it out and tell you now. There's nothing behind me, okay? But I don't know if this Anthony Reinhardt guy or anyone else who wants to write about me will go away because they have other motivation, they have other agenda.
well, what's his agenda?
I don't know. They don't want any Tamil guys entering the political scene.
We're now at basically Wednesday. We've got basically 5 days to election day. With the craziness that's going on in this campaign locally, and overlaying the national campaign with the surge in the NDP, it's really difficult to say where we are.
It's one thing for me to win or lose a campaign, and it's another thing for me to be a burden on the actual national campaign for the Conservative Party that's seemingly doing so well. We're fighting between a minority and a majority, and we're getting closer to a majority. And
Gavin has been very tough through this process, but it's not easy. This fellow with the Globe and Mail, he's running the risk of destroying this guy's career.
the last thing you want is one of their candidates is pulling down the votes, pulling down the approval rate. That's what got me really upset, and that happened because one of our own decided to say something out of context, out of line.
His wife was here in tears the other night, just despondent because of what was being said of him.
And like I said, I felt like I was between a rock and a hard place. But then I said to myself, listen, there's nothing you can do about it. It's completely out of your control. So don't waste your time moping over it. Don't waste your time sitting and crying over it. Just get up, dust it up, move along.
And it's hurting him. It's taking his toll. But he's a professional, and he's handling it as well as can be expected, I think. I've been very impressed with the way he's toughed it out thus far.
I'm not going to let someone else from another country come and exert pressure on my people here in this country and put us under the same oppression that we face in Sri Lanka, here in Canada. I can't let that happen. No one should let that happen. This is a free country. I'm a Canadian. I work for my living. I studied here. I work for my living. I pay taxes. I am a proud Canadian. I cannot be oppressed by someone else. This is the land of, it's a free land of democracy. No one should oppress me. I can't stand by that. No. So I'm going to put up a fight. I will make sure this whoever is doing this is brought to light, and whoever is doing this is given the right treatment, punishment, whatever. No community should be oppressed here in Canada.